All right, welcome back everyone to our daily live for reclaiming your supreme authority, using the law of assumption to really know what it's like to actually be the operant power, to finally see a true reflection of your inner world in your outer world. And if you are new here, check out the past videos. You can follow along with what we've been doing because we've just been unveiling all the ways that we've been conditioned to react, submit, wait for validation, for permission from the outer world, where that makes no sense if you know that you are the only one in your world. You are the only one creating this. There's no one to ask permission from. There's no one to get validation from. We are just essentially taking all of those parts of us that are stuck with this external cause and waiting for, some outer source, like a caretaker, to say it's okay. We're taking those parts back and being like, okay, this really is our reality. We're taking the inner child in ourselves and really redefining our world and the power of our senses and imagination to give ourselves our wish fulfilled here and now. And if you've been following along, then you know that we are going into like the deep conditioning and systemic things that are so insidious at first, but once you see them and once you are committed to doing the work like this is what changes the game for the long run. This is where we're not just getting like a few good manifestations up and down. This is sustainable. This is permanent. I'm all about the permanence of, I don't want to go back to the timeline where I was trying really hard or working really hard or still reacting or giving my permission away to the outer world. Yeah, that wasn't my preference. So this is about, okay, let's bring an end to that and stabilize you being the operant power, so it can just maintain and life can truly get powerful and easy and unconditional, as is your birthright, right? So we're going to continue on with the workshop tonight. Based off what I see, we probably have like 1 or 2 more lives at most. Like I said, then we are going to take a break from the lives. I'll be doing a course that you are welcome to join, which we're going to I did the whole module like outline last night, and I actually scripted out a whole thing and started listening to it and was like, this is really good for really using our senses properly to generate here and now in every moment, and not just generate, but like command and seduce, in a sense, our senses into revealing what was always waiting for you underneath, to really allow ourselves to not only feel like we're fighting against the outer world, but to get into a place of such power and command and authority that we're so unthreatened by what it's showing us, and it can't help but give us everything. The money, the love, the wealth, health, whatever it is that you want. Again, you want it because it is already yours. And I'm just in this process of, okay, like how do we make this even more enjoyable as a process and even more confident and irresistible and attractive and just truly empowered as a being, where instead of I'm working out here and trying to get this thing and I'm doing the chasing or whatever, we're done with that. Our world really can start to give us everything. And we start to feel so good in the process and so powerful and wanted and cherished and adored, and no more of this asking for permission. So let's go ahead and get into this next part where there is a huge focus on where we still essentially looking for the outer world to tell us it's good now, it's right, where it has no authority to do that. So we have to break that cycle. And once we do, it's so liberating, it's so freeing. So let's all take a big breath in and out. Just do a few more, just coming into that 0 point energy that we've been talking about. In and out. And we're going to dive in from a place of really seeing this as more of a game, more of truly an illusion that it wants to show us the truth. It wants to strip down, if you will, to the wealth that's already in the bank or the perfect version of your person that's by your side. And a world that just like knows you and adores you and is all about you because they are you. We're finally really getting rid of all the weird, confusing conditioning that ever had us trapped in this idea that we had some outer world that didn't know us and we were smaller and we had to ask for permission and we had to like go into all these games to get what we wanted. It's a never-ending game. And so I want us all to start to feel the relief of like whatever I'm doing right now is actually all that matters, and it has to reflect. It has to. And not only does it has to, it wants to. Because it is me. It really is me. And this, beyond this body, this whole reality is me. Like the whole picture is my imagination. And it does know me. It is listening to me. It's here with me right now. Because it is me. There can be no other way. So I am the only focus. I am the only priority. And all these conditioned fears that we're about to address, I'm about to be free from them. And they were never real anyway. And that's such a relief. All right, let's go into it.
Addressing the fear of being wrong and damaging relationships. Another client, a powerful media mogul, raises his hand, his voice heavy with concern. What if I think I'm right, but I'm wrong? What if I damage my intimate relationships by being too controlling, too demanding? How do I balance my power with the needs of those I love? You smile, a wild, untamed smile that promises a revelation. Here's the thing, darling, you say, your voice a low, sultry purr. You're the creator of your reality. There is no right or wrong. There's only what you assume to be true. If you believe you're too controlling, too demanding, then that's what will manifest. But if you assume that you are the perfect balance of power and love, that you are a benevolent ruler of your world, then that's what will manifest. Your relationships will reflect that balance, that harmony. You don't. Inner Conversation, LLC, 2025-71. Need to worry about being wrong? There is no wrong. There's only what you believe, what you assume. And if you find that your assumption isn't creating the reality you desire, you revise it, you adjust your state, and the world will follow. You see the relief in his eyes, the understanding that he has the power to create the reality he desires without fear of getting it wrong. Remember, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. You quote Neville, your voice filled with a kind of quiet power that leaves no room for doubt. Assume that you are already the perfect balance of power and love, and watch as your relationships transform to reflect that truth.
Okay. So the point that we're going to revise this together here and now, but especially because most of us have been conditioned of like what's required in every element of your life. Like in relationships, I can be like this, but I can't be like that. And it's going to be different depending on everyone's upbringing, right? Obviously, there's like gender norms, there's like religious norms, there's just where you grew up, the culture, there's all these different ideas and limitations, essentially. And so this is where lovingly we get to set ourselves free once we recognize, okay, here's how I was still kind of conditioning and like dimming who I am and trying to convince the mirror that it's okay. And anytime we convince the mirror or try to condition it or play into those like standards that you haven't defined for yourself, right? Then we're still keeping it solid out there, you know? And that's why the thing is, okay, I have to remind myself the mirror just reflects. The mirror just reflects. I don't have to go out here. Like I technically don't have to go out here and teach anything or guide anything. I do it because I want to, right? I do it because I like the creative process of this. I like the experience of it, but I also have the understanding and do my best to remember this, right? That as I evolve, the whole world is evolving, right? As I come into these understandings, everyone that's in my world is already reflecting it with me. Now I like the experience of doing it like this and seeing that evolution, but I don't have to do it out here. And the same thing goes with our relationships and whatever we're manifesting. There's going to be these little conditional things where we're like, but I have to, like, I'll imagine them this way. but I still have to kind of act a certain way or be a certain way so they still like me or they still want me, because that's what I was taught. And those are all the little things that we're peeling back and being like, yeah, no. If I already know that they love me and adore me as I am, there's nothing I have to do out here. Like, we're already just doing that. And then however we express it out here. But it's from the place of, yeah, we're already in this loving relationship. Or like, if I want all this money in my account or whatever it is, or the house or whatever I think or desire to have, right? I can go and work, or I can go and do these things, but none of that is to get it, right? That's an expression of it, sure, but I'm doing it from the place of I already have it. And this is one of those tricky things where we've been taught to, you have a desire, and then here's step 1, step 2, step 3, and here's who you have to be to get it, and here are all the limitations. And the beauty of this is you get to throw that out and be like, no, I already have it. It's already mine. That's it. And if that means I want to be really demanding in a relationship, I'm going to imagine the version of my person that they love it. They love rising to the challenge of that. If I'm going to not work a day in my life and have all these things, if that's my true desire, then that's what it is. And then my mirror will do what it always has done, and it's going to reflect. So what we want to kind of solidify is there is nothing to do out here to get anything. Ever. It's just a mirror. It's just reflecting. And as long as we kind of remember that, it takes a huge weight off. It really allows us to be like, okay, it's just going to reflect whatever I'm doing right now. It allows us to be in our center, in our core, and that actually is the most important thing. And then as we do act in whatever we're doing, we start to really get in this place of like, it really is from fullness. There's no pressure to do anything out here. And I know how freeing that is, because if you really look at how impossible it was to try and convince the whole world or do all the work and get all these things and play all the games, that's so exhausting. Versus, nope, it's already mine. And the mirror just reflects. The mirror is here just to attune to me, to give it to me, to reflect it to me. That is what this outer world is for. And so we start to break down the pattern of, where do I still think I need to bargain with the mirror? I still need to like update everybody out here. You don't have to do anything out here. We hold the assumption that it's reflecting this to me. It's always giving it to me. And if I see the opposite, that's where what we're going to do right now is have the senses generate it giving it to you. Generate the outer world bending time and space, bringing in the people, whatever it is. So we can start to really see what the world was always meant to do. Right? Because if the world is still not totally like reflecting what you're doing on the inside all the time, to me, that's just, okay, let's get the senses to imagine that I imagine this thing. I imagine the outer world being like, well, then here it is. Here it is. And then we really get to see that, okay, this outer world really is me, and it's interacting with me, and it's giving me everything all the time, versus the conditioning of I still have to play a role for the outer world to say yes to me. It's never been the case. So let's do a quick revision. Let's go ahead and just imagine, or like bring up, let me go back here for a second. Yeah, like a time you felt like you were too much, or like you did something right or wrong. It just, especially in relationships, I find, or with money, I mean, really with anything, where like you felt that you did something out here that messed up your wish fulfilled. Okay. So like I texted them and they like weren't happy, and now we're not good again or something, right? Or I showed up late to work, I don't know, job's gone, no money, or I spent all the money. I don't know, something like you did something out here and it messed it up, right? Allow that to come up, whatever it was. Could be recent, could be a long time ago, could be the inner child. The inner child can hold a lot of guilt of like, I was really loved and then I did this and then the love went away, right? And now I've been trying to get it back ever since. So find that part of you, that memory. And if it's the inner child, just kind of place them on your lap, be with them. Take a few more big breaths in. And validate to yourself, I can do no wrong. There are no conditions, there are no rules. Tell your inner child you did nothing wrong. That wish to be loved, to be adored, to be wealthy, that's still fulfilled right now. Nothing got messed up. You just had the biggest fight, or they never talked to you again, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because that love that you desire, it's here right now. That money, that health, whatever, it's here right now. It's here right now. So I want you to first validate that and breathe into that. See if you can feel some relief. Like, I can't actually mess it up in the 3D. I really can't. Because it's just a mirror. And just as fast as I can change my imagination and give myself the person, the thing, whatever it is, it has to reflect it. There's no process here. There's no timeline. It's just as soon as I assume that this was always mine and I'm fixed in that point and my senses are generating that, okay, then it's done. It was always done. So now let's go ahead and get the senses to whatever the thing that you thought you lost is, or you thought you messed up the needs of another and now you're getting some type of punishment, whatever that is, right? What do you want to see instead? Instead of them leaving, blocking, the money going away, the health, whatever it was, right? The decline of something. See it coming back tenfold, right now. Just because you said so. Not for any other reasons, because you generated it, so yeah, there it is. It has to reflect. What would you hear? And this includes those inner thoughts and outer, right? So it's like, instead of like, I lost it, it's gone, I messed up, and now I have to start back at square one or whatever it is. Nope, it's been here the whole time. Here it is. Hear the person, whatever it is. Yeah, no, you did nothing wrong. I've been here the whole time. Here I am. Here it is. And even tenfold, right? It's like even more so now. Because if the desire hasn't left, then either has the wish fulfilled, either has the reality that we are now solidifying. It's always been here. So what would you taste? And with taste too, it's like breath. Like, would you, instead of the shallow breath, you'd have a nice large breath. And again, maybe it is some like water or a delicious drink of celebration. But it's a nice deep breath too of like, the relief of like, and it's here anyway. It's actually come back tenfold. And you feel that like rush, like the touch to me is also like the body just feeling comfortable again. Instead of like chasing and reaching, it's like, oh, here it is. It's on me. It's around me. It's all about me. It's right here. I can touch it. And if I can touch it, my imaginal acts, it's mine. It's done. If I can smell it, what's the smell? Smell of relief, the smell of warmth, comfort, of opulence, success. If I can smell it now, I'm summoning it, then here it is. It never left. Right? If I can see it, then it's here. Because this is actually what creates. I'm the source. I'm the source. Nothing out there could ever withhold it from me, because nothing out there can actually withhold. Nothing out there can do anything but reflect. It's all it can ever do. It cannot do anything else. It can reflect the idea of being taken. It can reflect the idea of loss. It can reflect the idea of whatever, but it's only ever doing one thing, and that's reflecting. That's it. So we have that one consistency, that it's reflecting that I have it tenfold. It's reflecting that I never did it wrong. It's reflecting that I always do it right. It's reflecting that I don't have to play any of those games if I don't want to. I decide. I'm completely free in this now. Give it a go. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. And like I said, I think we have like 2 more days of lives probably. And then if you are going to join the course, make sure to sign up for our email on the website. It is going to be a more advanced course. So if you're someone that is still working your way into this, I suggest the Manifest Together library, because that has all of my past meditations and workshops and courses. And I mean, it's got content for days that covers money, a specific person, beauty, health, like the basics of the law. Like, there's so much good stuff. So check that out for sure. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.